What is going on, everybody? I'm Austin Malcolm-Brack, and we're here with another Cedar Springs TV production. Today, we're here with the masterminds of Driven. Jordan, if you want to start us off, introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Jordan Vu. I'm a senior at Cedar Springs High School.
My name is Levi Griffiths. I'm also a senior here at Cedar Springs High School.
I'm Connor Shotko, and I'm a senior at Cedar Springs High School.
Perfect. For any of those who have not seen Driven or heard of Driven, do one of you guys want to explain what Driven is as a whole?
Yeah, I'll take a shot. So, Driven, we kind of based it off of the series Hard Knocks, which follows NFL teams across the NFL, and we just wanted to kind of copy what that was like, and so we decided to go out, film every week of football, film the process, film the off season, film everything. I mean, lots of hours taken into it. So Driven is something that parents, players in the future can hopefully look back onto and just see all the memories that were created during this football season. So yeah.
Sweet. So do each of you want to briefly describe your role in the entire process of Driven, whether it's filming or editing, anything like that?
So yeah, I'm one of the filmers. Also edited a little bit, conducted interviews, but I'd say like my main role is filming games.
So I was a football player, so I was playing in the games, so I didn't get the opportunity to actually film, but I edited it a lot, and I filmed B-roll shots, which were just extra shots that we needed to fill in spacers, and so that was my role.
Yeah, I'd say my role was a little bit of everything as well. I did a lot of editing, a lot of interviews, obviously filming a lot. We kind of just took on everything and just rolled with it.
All right, perfect. So how did you guys decide to follow the football team here? Like, what made you guys want to follow them instead of, let's say, you know, your boys' soccer team or anything else? What stood out with the football team that made you want to follow them?
I'd say what made us want to follow the football team was definitely just like the grit that the football team is known for having. I feel like Cedar Springs is always known for having a tough, gritty football team. And I'd say maybe, in the last couple of years we've gotten away from that almost. We haven't had too many crazy good seasons, but I felt like picking the football team would almost boost them and make them play to a higher level than they were playing at, and just kind of give them that little press, that little just media to get them to like drive a little harder.
Sweet. And when you guys came up with the idea, how did you come up with the name Driven? Like, what stood out with Driven to, be the whole title of this process?
Yeah, so I think I was kind of the main person to pick the name. Since I was on the team, I wanted to kind of resemble what last year was and how us seniors wanted to choose like what our motto was going into this year. So I looked up some cool one-liners or one-worders that would match like a documentary, and I think Driven just kind of looked the best, and it just kind of fit everything that I had planned. So.
Sweet. So what were some of the biggest challenges that you guys faced, like during filming, like especially with the football team having such a tight schedule? Like, what were some of the challenges in that realm?
I think it was our personal schedule as well. I know Jordan had work a lot during the summer. I did as well, and so we couldn't be at like every OTA or every practice. So I think in my opinion, the toughest thing was like my personal schedule.
I agree. I think that personal schedule really took over. At some points, there were some points where like maybe a big meeting was going on, or maybe a big practice, and you just can't make it. We're both busy too. That was definitely the hardest part, but ultimately like it still came out good. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like.
Yes, sir.
How did players and coaches respond to being filmed for the first time and have somebody following them with cameras and documenting the whole process?
I think that at first, in the season, it's something new. Not a lot of teams have like cameras and microphones and people just set up all around just filming you. So it's definitely like a new experience for them. And at first I felt like everyone was like camera shy, just giving like thumbs up and like subtle waves and stuff like that. Nobody really took on the camera, if that makes sense. And over the season, people just got more comfortable, and that's when you really got to see like a story being built. You got to see people's personality. You got to see, you know, what was going on, and people just stopped like caring about the camera. More were just themselves.
Yeah, you mentioned that personality piece. Was there any moment where like a player or coach like surprised you during filming where like you didn't know that about them, or that was just surprising to you?
I think just Coach Claypool, that's what comes to mind. Coach Claypool, he was, I didn't realize, yeah, he's goofy. I didn't realize how outgoing he was. Every time he's seen the camera, he's always pointing, he's doing like finger guns, he's doing everything. He always had something fun to say to the camera, or just something entertaining that, you know, people at home would find and would like to watch.
I'd say it's probably Spencer. Spencer's starting to like the camera a little bit more as the season went on. He would look at it, kind of get the crowd hype, point at it, make a face. So I think Spencer was also somebody who kind of liked to be on camera and made it fun.
Yeah, with you guys spending so much time with the football team, did your perspective on the program or the team change throughout? And something you never would have thought of, or your just perspective on the guys or the coaches or anything like that?
Definitely, I think that, you know, obviously football is more of a physical contact sport. I didn't realize how much effort and how much work, you know, the football guys like actually put into it. And that was kind of eye-opening. But also I realized at the same time that these are all still my friends. You know, they're people I've grown up with the whole time, and that, you know, just because their sport demands, you know, high physicality and stuff like that, they're still out there just having fun and just being outgoing. So just seeing all my friends having fun and then me being there with them, amazing.
Yeah, no, like Jordan said, it was fun to see all of my friends as well kind of grow as individuals and as a team. And also, like, I'm friends with younger players as well, and watch them grow as individuals as well.
So as the season went on and you're trying to make the new episode more captivating than the last, did you have to learn any new skills or use any new tools to kind of capture something new or captivate the audience more?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go. So, like, week 3, week 4, we were kind of stalling out on ideas. So we kind of bounced back and forth on watching, like, different YouTube episodes to get, like, different editing perspectives and see what, like, popped out and see what made me interested in watching their video. So we kind of translated that. I would say we added more slow motion. That's really captivating when you're watching something. Or the sound. The sound is like a huge piece to everything. Sound is like what you see, so that's a huge piece of like being intrigued as you're watching.
I'd also say, like, throughout the season, we started getting more equipment. I think, like, halfway through the season, we got a stabilizer. I don't know, Con liked using that a little bit. He would, you know, put the camera on the stabilizer. Really made the shots a lot smoother, especially with the slowdown, you know what I'm saying? You're shooting at 60 frames, you want to slow it down. It kind of sucks when the camera's all shaky, so getting that stabilizer was next level. It was really cool.
Yeah. So I don't think many people realize when creating such a high-depth film, they don't realize the amount of time and the grit it takes to produce this. So describe what a typical, like, whether it was a game day or a typical editing day looked like for you guys.
You want to go?
If you want,
All right, I'll go. Game days. So on game days, we all have this class 2 hours of the day, and Jordan and Levi, I think, are in here sometimes 3 to 4 hours. So we edited and finished up an episode on game day, would get it out by 4 o'clock-ish, and then Jordan and I, during the day, would also kind of prep for the game that was going on the day of, and then we'd go film, upload the footage either the night of or when we got back to school on Monday, and then go from there with the episode.
And with editing, that's game day. With editing is during the week is way different. I'd say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're uploading. We're kind of finding the template and how we want to go with this episode. Trying to find our story and match it up with the vision that we had for that episode. I'd say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they usually went by pretty quick. You're just getting in the process. Thursday, Friday, I'd say were the most stressful days of the week by far. I'd say usually by that time you have a story and you know where you're going, and just following through and kind of making it more captivating for the viewers. That was the toughest part. I'd say after school Thursday and Friday, we're probably staying after an hour and a half, 2 hours, just grinding it out, and then that's a long day on a Friday. You're staying after 2 hours after school. You got to upload for that episode, and then like Connor said, you just start right back over again. You're getting on the field, you're filming, you got a game in like 2 hours. It can be stressful, but there's nothing that would beat it. I wouldn't have changed my time or done anything else with it.
Yeah. So during the week, obviously you guys have hundreds of clips to go through. How do you guys decide what to put in the episode or what to leave out of the episode?
Yeah, so finding all the clips, honestly, that was one of the harder parts because there was so many clips, and they're unlabeled to start off with, so you got to watch through pretty much every single clip, and we kind of narrowed it down to we are picking the biggest play of the game, and we are putting that in, and we're sticking with that and kind of making a story off of that. And for like practice, we just honestly, practice really didn't matter as long as like we made it a story. That was our biggest goal, just making everything a story and making everything fit, and yeah.
So did you guys have any tough decisions or points where you had to choose what clips to go in, or like you had to leave out a clip that you thought was really amazing? So did you guys have any of those moments?
Yeah, for sure. I think that there's definitely times where you think multiple clips could fit in the same area, but like Levi said, it's all about how you want to portray your vision of the episode. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I think overall we made a lot of the right decisions with going with the clips. But there are definitely times in big situation games as well where like, maybe you leave out a big run, or you leave out something inspirational or something that got the kids going that coach said. There's definitely times where that happens, but honestly, I think that in the end, we made a lot of the right decisions, and they still followed the vision that we had.
I totally agree.
I think also we left out some things due to like the time, because we didn't want viewers to get bored or lose like interest in what we make, and so we had to keep it under a certain limit. So I feel like that's also part of it, with like summarizing what happened in an episode.
So obviously you guys' skills, whether it's filming or editing, grew throughout the entire series. Was there a moment or an episode where you kind of feel like it was a turning point in the storytelling or just your production level, like that just took off?
I think for sure, like immediately what comes to mind is the Lowell episode. I think
Week 5.
Yeah, week 5. That was Brotherhood, which followed the Mance brothers and the Schomborns, which are two set of brothers that are on the team. I think that episode really captured the story that we wanted to tell, and it was a new way for us to say or show a story almost. Previously we had done Legacy Field, or the Legacy episode, which was week 3 against Greenville, and that one had a story, following coaches and just trying to get like in depth more with them. But I think week 5 just stood out there was more story than anything, and that's what really was like a game changer for us.
Yeah, I would say week 3, week 5, we kind of decided like we want to put the story first. whatever it was, and then game second. So for week 3, we had coaches interviews, like their progression at Cedar, and then we went into the game. And then week 5, we did the brothers and like them talking about how it felt to play with each other, and then we went into the game. So I think we kind of stuck with that after week 3, week 5, throughout the whole season.
Yeah, I think it's just the emotional side that we got to more and more every episode, from week 1 to whatever, week 10 or whatever, you know. It's just the emotional side that we started to get into and got more depth and just understood it more.
So obviously, like I said, you guys have a ton of clips. Do you guys have any favorite clip or even just episode that resonates with you guys on a deep level or that you just constantly think about?
I think about week 3, Merrick's last second touchdown or last drive touchdown. Just being in the atmosphere in Greenville at Legacy Field, it's the field is like in the ground. You know what I'm saying? There's like 3 feet of barrier around it, so you feel like you're really close, which you are, but like it's just a different feeling. They have a different atmosphere. But I remember standing on the sideline and dude, Rory's just throwing the ball down, and it's like a 40-yard bomb, and I'm just like, if we don't get this, like this is crazy. Because I'm a fan just as much as I am a filmer, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just there to film, I'm there to support my guys, and I seen Merrick wide open. That was crazy. I couldn't even keep the camera still. It was, at that point, it was excitement more than anything. It was awesome, just seeing him score, and the whole team, you know, it's a brotherhood over there. They're tight, they're packed, they love each other. It's just a family, man.
Yeah, no, I'm with Jordan. The touchdown, like the game, we were up like, what, 21-6?
21-7 at halftime.
Yeah, so, and then for Greenville to come back in the second half, it was just an insane game. Nothing like it.
Yeah, then for playing, seeing like 2 communities, like everybody showed out. Everybody wanted to see their team win. Greenville was chirping a little bit on their side, and then Cedar was kind of holding their breath near the end there, and at the end of the day, both communities just wanted to win, so it was a really competitive atmosphere with the fans in general, too.
It's awesome. So obviously this whole thing's a team effort. How did you guys split the work amongst you 3 to where it felt each of you had an equal amount of work and nobody was kind of dominating the series?
I'd say I don't think we really looked at it like that in that way. We kind of all just pitched in, yeah, and like went in with what we had. I know there's definitely times where we're like, hey, we should get this done, we should do this, and we got to get this done by this date. There's definitely times like that, but I don't think we ever really looked at it like, oh, Levi's doing more of this, or Connor's doing more of this, or, you know, I'm out doing something else. Like, I think we all just kind of rolled with it, and it never got to a point where it was just like, oh, wow, like, Levi's doing this all, or stuff like that. So, honestly, I never really looked at it like that.
Yeah, we kind of all picked roles in a way. We knew what we were best at and what we enjoyed most of doing. So, I mean, we were editing on 2 MacBooks and computers, and that's between 2 rooms, so we kind of just switched between. We had one room that was designated for a game, and then another for like before the game, so we kind of just rotated. We kind of just did what we needed to do anyway. I think everybody pitched in, and I think it worked out fine.
As you can tell, I don't want Connor to talk too much. He's a bit under the weather. You know, he's a warrior for coming out here. You know, really appreciate him doing this. But how did you guys, your perceptions of like teamwork and collaboration, how did that change or was influenced by Driven?
I think Driven taught us that even when, you know, we all have different ideas or different visions, that, you know, we can come together and just talking it out. Like on Monday, we'd have what we call the Monday meeting. You know, we all go in one room, we're talking about what we saw for that episode, what our ideas are. And I think just being able to collaborate and talk to each other was really eye-opening, and it really got all of our ideas out. And so we were all able to have like little aspects and little pieces of the puzzle, you know, put into the video ultimately.
So, what do you guys want viewers to take away from Driven? Like, what do you want? Is there a message that you guys have that you want to resonate with the community, or was it just free reign, create and tell a story?
I don't feel like we really had a message to send to anybody. I think we just,
I think it was, in a way, it was more for ourselves.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's like to show what we could do.
Yeah, we had the idea last year and we just stuck with it. You know, we started filming the first week of summer. Like it's
I think we all said
It's
it
a
would just be like
process.
something to be fun to do. Like this would be like, oh, why not do this?
yeah, I agree. And I think that just over time, it just became like, wow, like we're making this. This is real, and it's just something like that kind of was eye opening to us. We were always just like, yeah, we're making a documentary, and then it just worked out, man. Like.
And then over time, I think we realized after all the feedback that we got, like, this isn't more for now, it's more for later. Like, us players, we can go back and watch it with our kids and, like, be like, hey, that's me on the field, like, I'm playing, like, yeah. And that's just really cool to see because you're just following the whole process of football season, so.
Yeah, you mentioned feedback. What kind of feedback are you getting from players, coaches, or even just students who watch the series?
It was all love, all love.
All love. I haven't heard a negative comment about, you know, Driven. I think the players loved it. Like I said, at first, when the camera's put in your face, you're a little camera shy, or you don't know what to expect. But as the season went on, like I said, you know, they all got more into it, and I think that's when they started to really appreciate it. They're like, yeah, I can do this. I can do goofy stuff, or I can lock in and get a cool play, and I know it's going to be on the camera. And you know, students and athletes, they're all like, hey, can you send me this video? Can you do this? Can you do that? You know, I think they loved it. Coaches, they bought into it. Like I said, Claypool, like, he was camera shy at first too. You just kind of get used to it. You know, Kapolka started talking to the camera a little bit. You know, it was all love, man. They all loved it.
Yeah, I know parents, like Dane's dad, Mike Nienhuis, every like game day he would tell me and Jordan how good it was and how he couldn't wait for like the next episode. Merrick's dad, Tom Olenek, would tell us that it's great. We've just gotten a bunch of love.
Yeah,
from
and then some of the parents
players.
would like post about it on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, glazing us. They'd be like, yo, go watch this new episode, like it was fire.
It was awesome getting the press, man. The community, they loved it, and it was really cool to see like how appreciative that the parents were as well. You know, that was it was crazy. I didn't realize how big of an impact, you know, some of the grandparents at home who can't come to the games, like they were saying like,
sure.
oh yeah, they watch it every week. They like to keep in touch. They like to see what's going on. So that was just awesome.
So now that this is all done, football season's over, are you guys planning on doing a similar project for another sport, or even after graduation for?
Do we drop it? Do we let him know? Do we let him know? He's trying to get
I don't think we fully know yet. I mean, we have an idea to carry it on. Maybe do like a hype film for the basketball team or the baseball team or something like that. And then maybe we could keep it going in the future for college.
I say the opportunities from this are endless. I think Driven will be back, but it might be different.
To end it all, if you guys could describe Driven in one word, what would it be?
I don't think one word can describe Driven.
I think if I could describe Driven in one word, it would be love. I think I, over time, fell in love with the process of Driven. I fell in love with filming and editing and just honestly being there. You know, I sometimes on Fridays I sit and I'm like, dang, like I'm not staying here till 7 o'clock, you know, getting ready to film this game anymore. You know, it's go home at 2:30 when school gets out, and I think about it and I just miss it. And it was just, at the end of the day, I loved it. You know, is all love.
Yeah, I know. I think Jordan said it best.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's what I think Jordan said it best.
Memories. Memories.
All right, that caps our Driven recap. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you, Connor, Levi, and Jordan, for sitting down and talking with me. Thank you again, and we'll see you guys later.